If you are a woman past the age of 60 and feel like your physique has altered abruptly without any notice, please remain with me because the things I am about to discuss might clarify everything you have been silently undergoing. You may notice skin that appears much thinner despite your best efforts to maintain it, or perhaps joints that feel rigid whenever you attempt to stand up. Recovery seems to take significantly longer than it used to, and your body simply does not feel as structurally supported from the interior as it did in the past. Most women are unfortunately told that this is merely a natural part of aging, but that particular message often causes more damage than it provides comfort. I am Dr. Lisa Periera, and after spending over 3 decades working intimately with women in their 60s and 70s, I wish to be completely transparent with you. The process of aging itself is not actually the primary problem we are facing here. The true issue is that following menopause, one essential internal support network starts to quietly deteriorate. And almost nobody explains how to safeguard it correctly. That specific system is known as collagen, and what I'm about to tell you might come as a surprise. Collagen is not merely a cosmetic ingredient found in beauty products, nor is it solely about preventing wrinkles or maintaining appearances. It acts as the essential scaffolding that holds your entire physical form together, providing firmness to your skin and cushioning your joints. It supports your bones, tendons, ligaments, and even the delicate lining of your gut. When these collagen levels inevitably decline, the body does not simply collapse overnight, but it slowly begins to feel less resilient and significantly less protected. When you were younger, your body was capable of producing collagen with great ease, allowing it to repair itself very quickly. Following menopause, however, that production decreases sharply. Not in a gradual manner, but in a way that is distinctly noticeable. Many women first observe this change in the mirror when they see looser skin, while others feel it physically when their knees or hips feel uncomfortably stiff. Some women notice that a night of sleep no longer restores their energy in the same way it once did. These various signs often feel like separate issues, but very frequently they all share the exact same root origin. What makes this situation even more frustrating is that many women are advised to simply accept it or rely on expensive treatments that promise rapid outcomes. However, in my clinical experience, the women who age with true strength and confidence do something remarkably different. They do not fight against their bodies, but rather they choose to support them at a fundamental biological level. Here is what matters most, because your body never actually stops utilizing collagen even after you turn 60 or 70. It simply ceases to manufacture enough of it on its own. Which means the way you eat becomes far more critical than most women realize. Food is not merely fuel at this specific stage of life, for it serves as vital information for your cells. This is exactly where many women get confused, as they believe collagen support requires powders, pills, or overly complicated daily routines. While supplements can certainly offer assistance, the true foundation always comes from foods that your body recognizes and knows how to break down effectively. When collagen-supporting foods are selected wisely, they provide the essential amino acids, and nutrients that help the body rebuild its strength from the inside out. In today's discussion, I am going to walk you through the most effective collagen-supporting foods for women over 60. These suggestions are not passing trends, nor are they extreme diets, but rather foods I see creating real changes in real women. These changes include better skin texture, steadier joints, stronger nails, and a body that feels more stable day to day. I will also demonstrate simple ways to incorporate these foods, even if you do not enjoy cooking or if your digestion has become sensitive. Before we continue further, I would love to hear from you. So please take a brief moment to write in the comments where you are watching from. Whether you are in the United States or another part of the world, this community of women over 60 is growing everywhere. Your voice helps shape what we talk about next, and if you are still watching right now, that tells me something important about your mindset. You are not here to give up on your body, but rather you are here to understand it and support it wisely. That is exactly why the first collagen-supporting food we are about to discuss matters so much, as it is often misunderstood or used incorrectly. Once you understand how it truly works, you may feel a distinct difference sooner than you expect. Now that you understand why collagen support matters so much after 60, let us talk about what actually works in real life. We are not discussing theory, but rather foods your body can truly use to repair itself efficiently. I want you to imagine collagen acting like the wooden frame inside a house. You do not see it, but when it weakens, everything else starts to shift. The goal here is not to flood your body with collagen, but to give it the right building blocks at the right time. The first collagen-supporting food I want to talk about is bone broth, which is one of the most powerful foods. For women over 60, bone broth contains collagen that has already been broken down into amino acids that your body readily recognizes. These amino acids are used to support skin, joints, tendons, and even the delicate gut lining. What makes bone broth especially helpful after menopause is that it is incredibly gentle on the system. Many women tell me their digestion feels more settled when they include it regularly in their routine. You do not need to do anything complicated, as a warm cup in the afternoon or early evening can be quite enough. It can also be used as a flavorful base for soups or added when cooking rice or vegetables. The key is consistency rather than quantity, because small, regular amounts signal to the body that support is available. The next food many women overlook is eggs, for while they do not contain collagen itself, they contain nearly all the amino acids required to make it. This is extremely important, so think of eggs as the essential raw materials for repair. Without them, the body struggles to rebuild what has been lost. And eggs also provide sulfur, which helps stabilize collagen structures. For many women over 60, eggs are one of the most affordable and effective collagen-supporting foods available. If your digestion allows, consuming 1 or 2 eggs a day can be very helpful, and soft-cooked eggs are often easier to tolerate. Pairing eggs with vegetables adds vitamin C, which further supports collagen formation in the body. This combination works quietly in the background, strengthening the body steadily over time. Another important food group is small, oily fish, such as sardines, which are rich in protein and omega-3 fatty acids. Inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of collagen, because when inflammation is high, the body breaks collagen down faster than it can rebuild it. By lowering inflammation, sardines help protect existing collagen while supporting new formation. Sardines also provide vitamin B12, which supports nerve health. And many women notice that when joints feel less inflamed, movement feels significantly easier. Canned sardines are perfectly acceptable and often easier to use, so adding them to salads or eating them with crackers can be enough. Now let us talk about poultry with the skin on, particularly chicken, as chicken skin contains connective tissue rich in collagen. While many women were taught to avoid skin entirely, the truth is that moderate amounts can be beneficial when prepared gently. Slow cooking methods, such as roasting or stewing, allow the collagen to break down into usable forms. Chicken also provides protein needed for muscle maintenance, which protects joints and balance. Strong muscles reduce strain on connective tissue, making collagen support even more effective. You do not need large portions, for small and thoughtful amounts make a difference over time. Another category worth mentioning is organ meats, but I want to be realistic here because not everyone enjoys them. Organ meats contain compounds that support joint health, but they are not essential if bone broth and other foods are included. If you choose to include them, occasional small portions are enough, but if not, you are not missing everything. As we move through these foods, notice a pattern. For none of them are exotic, and none require extreme diets. They work because they align with how the body actually functions after 60, as the body needs steady signals of support rather than sudden overload. Before we move on, I want you to pause and reflect on which of these foods feels realistic for you to add even once a week. Whether it is bone broth, eggs, sardines, or chicken, you do not need all of them. One step is enough to begin change. And now that we have talked about building blocks, it is time to focus on protection. Protecting the collagen you already have is just as important, but far less discussed. Many women unknowingly eat in ways that break collagen down faster than their bodies can rebuild it. So after 60, this balance becomes critical. Think of collagen like savings in a bank account, where nutritious foods help you deposit into that account. However, inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and nutrient deficiencies quietly withdraw from it every single day. If you only add collagen but do not protect it, the results will always feel limited. One of the most powerful collagen protectors is vitamin C-rich food, as vitamin C is strictly required for collagen formation. Without it, your body cannot properly assemble collagen fibers, even if you eat all the right proteins. This is why pairing collagen-supporting foods with vegetables and fruits matters so much. Simple options work best, so bell peppers, leafy greens, broccoli, strawberries, and citrus fruits are excellent choices. You do not need large amounts. For a small serving with meals is enough to help the body use collagen building blocks more efficiently. Many women notice that when vitamin C intake improves, their skin looks brighter and healing feels quicker. Another overlooked protector is healthy fat balance. Because collagen is damaged by chronic inflammation, and certain fats increase that inflammation. Highly processed vegetable oils, when used daily, can accelerate collagen breakdown, while natural fats like olive oil help preserve connective tissue. This is where sardines and other small fish do double duty, as they do not just provide protein, but they actively reduce the inflammatory signals that damage collagen. Many women tell me joint stiffness feels less intense within weeks when inflammation is reduced. Now let us talk about something that surprises many women, which is the impact of sugar. Frequent blood sugar spikes damage collagen fibers through a process called glycation, which makes collagen stiff, brittle, and less elastic. It is one reason skin can appear dull and joints feel less flexible even when protein intake is adequate. This does not mean you can never enjoy something sweet, but it implies that timing and balance matter. Eating sweets alone on an empty stomach causes more damage than enjoying a small dessert after a balanced meal. Protein, fiber, and fat slow sugar absorption, protecting collagen in the process. Hydration also plays a role, but not in the way most women are told, as collagen fibers need water to remain flexible. Chronic mild dehydration makes tissues stiffer, so warm fluids such as soups or herbal teas are often better tolerated after 60. Many women notice joints feel less stiff when hydration is gentle and consistent. There is also one nutrient that often declines with age and quietly affects collagen health, which is zinc. Zinc supports tissue repair, and foods like eggs, seafood, and poultry help provide it naturally. When zinc is low, healing slows, and collagen repair suffers. So notice how this approach works together. It is not about one magic food, but about creating an internal environment where collagen can be built and protected at the same time. This is how women who age well think about food, viewing it not as restriction, but as support. Before we move on, I want you to think about one small adjustment you could make, such as adding a vegetable rich in vitamin C. Pairing sweets with meals instead of snacks helps protect collagen every day. I want to slow down here and share a story because this is where everything we have talked about becomes real. A few years ago, a woman in her mid-60s named Margaret came to see me because she was tired and her joints felt unreliable. She no longer trusted her body the way she used to, and she told me she felt like she was quietly falling apart. Margaret was doing many things right, but her diet was low in collagen-supporting foods simply because no one had explained the connection. We focused on support without drastic changes, so she added bone broth and began eating eggs again. She added small portions of sardines and focused on pairing protein with vegetables rich in vitamin C. We also worked on reducing sugar spikes by changing timing and balance, rather than cutting everything out. At her follow-up visit, something had shifted, and she said her joints felt more predictable. Her skin bruised less easily, but the most important change was how she spoke about her body. She said she felt supported again, and that sentence matters more than any before and after photo. This is what collagen support really does after 60, as it restores trust between you and your body. When connective tissue is supported, movements feel safer, joints are cushioned, and confidence returns. When the body feels structurally sound, energy is no longer spent compensating for weakness. Women often think they need to push harder, but in reality, the body responds best when it feels consistently nourished. Collagen support is not about forcing change, but about removing stress and providing steady materials for repair. There is also an emotional side to this that deserves attention, as many women feel dismissed when they bring up subtle changes. You are told everything looks fine, but your experience matters, and feeling less stable is information. Listening to that information is an act of self-respect. So what I want you to take from Margaret's story is this: change does not require perfection, it requires understanding. Once you understand what your body is missing, you can respond gently and effectively. Let us bring everything together calmly and clearly. because the goal is not to change everything at once. The goal is to move forward with confidence and simplicity, for after 60, your body does not respond well to extremes. It responds best to steady support repeated over time, and collagen support works the same way. Remember first that your body is not failing you, it is simply adapting to a new stage of life. When collagen production slows, the body asks for help through food, routine, and balance. When you respond thoughtfully, the body responds back. So you do not need every collagen-supporting food we discussed. Choose one or two that feel realistic, such as bone broth a few times a week or eggs most days. Pair protein with vegetables rich in vitamin C, use healthy fats, and be mindful of sugar timing. These choices work quietly but powerfully, so think in terms of support, not restriction. Ask yourself what helps your body feel steadier and what helps you wake up feeling a little more restored. Those signals matter more than rules, and many women ask how long it takes to notice changes. In my experience, some women feel subtle differences within weeks, especially in digestion and joint comfort. Skin changes often follow more slowly because collagen rebuilds over time, so the key is consistency, not speed. I also want to acknowledge that aging can feel isolating when changes are not explained. You may feel like you are the only one experiencing them, but you are not. That is why community matters, and before we close, I would love for you to share one small step you plan to take. Your comment may help another woman feel less alone and more hopeful. If this conversation was helpful, please consider staying connected with this channel. We talk openly about the changes women experience after 60 and how to support the body with respect. Your body deserves understanding, not blame. So take care of yourself gently, and I will see you in the next one.